Their list of donors reads like a who's who's of radical leftist organizations, but my favorite is Spooky Dude, who has given them millions of dollars through the Open Society Institute. Oh, and also, of course, the Tides Foundation. Other groups swooped in, like Planned Parenthood, who also is the recipient of millions of dollars of spooky dollars. Then the Women's March. George Soros, I am a poor man. I can only afford $246 million from George Soros to the Women's March. So for those who have been marching and not in school, that's $250 million to the Women's March from George Soros. It'd have to be something very well organized. Then, of course, they're connected to Louis Farrakhan, who I love, and the American Federation of Teachers. Well, these guys, they're teachers. Yeah, and they provided all of the buses so they could bus everybody in. You know, when we did it, we had to pay for it. They didn't. Yet again, another group telling these kids what to say, how to say it, and when to say it, where to say it. If you've never heard of the American Federation of Teachers, you're going to love this. We'll skip past their communist connections and go straight to what they're doing today. They're currently part of America Votes, which is a national coalition of left-wing grassroots get-out-the-vote organizations that help people like these. Isn't that crazy? What a coincidence. They're also heavily involved in multiple projects funded by George Soros. Them too? They all have so much in common. They're part of a progressive campaign for single-payer health care and have joined forces now with the Soros-funded Health Care for America Now. Remember, just like guns, they don't want to take away your doctors. They don't want to take away your choice. They love the capitalist system. This one isn't working. Oh, wait, now that they have that, they're still campaigning. They're campaigning for single-payer. A socialist health care thing. The exact same thing they said they weren't for. But that's ancient history. Let's concentrate on them definitely not wanting to take everybody's guns. This is a coalition of progressive groups now, and they are influencing these guys. The same people who have been pushing every other left-wing cause for the past few decades. And maybe the dirtiest part of this entire charade is that we'll never truly know who's truly behind all of it. These are the names we could find. But why can't we find more? Well, it's almost like they put on a mask. The paperwork filed in March for the Washington March was submitted by a woman. Her name, Jerry Rhodes. I love Jerry. She's great. She's the former CFO for Greenpeace. What's wrong with Greenpeace? Well, nothing. Sure, they get money from Soros, but Greenpeace is great, okay? So she's leaving there, and she's going to run things for the kids. She's going to help set up March for Our Lives. By the way, this group and this group connected with this group and all the other ones, but don't pay attention to that. This is a high-powered lobbying firm in D.C. Bring, bring. Hi, I'm a kid in high school, and I'd like your high-powered firm to help us organize a rally. They always say yes. But you'll never guess what they specialize in. From their LinkedIn page, the Friends Committee on National Legislation, they focus on social and economic justice. So do they. Oh, man. So Jerry at Greenpeace, she said, Wales, you're going to have to wait. And she set up a 501c3. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually a 501c4. So it's better because it's one number higher. It actually means that you can hide who your donors are. You know, transparency isn't important to these people. So whomever footed the bill for Miss Rhodes will probably forever be a secret. Oh, darn. As will the rest of the March for Our Lives organizers. See, this isn't their first rodeo, and the last thing that they want is for names like Soros or Farrakhan or any of the other communists or killers to show up on their tax sheet. But we'll never know the full extent because big progressive donors don't want you to know who's really in charge here. 501c4 ensures that they remain anonymous.